Greetings, Patrick here. Have Cheetah will watch. We're back. That's right. We are back. We're watching another film. One of two this month. We're watching Kristy today, and in 2 weeks from now, we'll be watching The Little Mermaid. And then in November, we might do. Since I'm not doing anything else in November, we might just do four watch parties for November. And that's about it. Let's see. And Anthony's here. He's still in 2016 in his memoirs. He's underneath 10 years now. And I hear the 2017 is coming up fast. So yeah, welcome to Have Cheetah Will Watch. Of course, you all know us. We're Have Cheetah Will View. We do 8 questions with. We do Dollar Tree Theater or Dollar Theater. Yeah. So we're here for this one. Um, we're going to try to make our way slowly but surely. We're going to make our way through. Well, at least other ones that I have anyway. There might be a couple I don't have. We'll have to watch on streaming. But we're going to try to make our way the best way we can through uh, uh, through Haley Bennett's filmography. There are there's some movies that she has on on Tubi that I don't own physically. Lost in the White City is one I don't have. After the Fall is one I don't have either. So, but I will be getting the haunting of Molly Hartley pretty soon, and so that'll be fun. Hopefully, um, maybe some others as well, but we'll see. So, Kristy is one movie I'm very high on. As you know, we do the IC Midnights on last Sunday of every month, and at that time, uh, um, Haas, Big Haas, he had picked out a movie because we each pick out an IFC Midnight movie to watch, and then come and discuss it. And so Haas picked a movie called The Den. Man, that movie was brutal. Oh man, it was so good, but it was rough. Um, it was rough. It's a good movie, but it was rough to watch. So I was sitting there going, that movie, that movie got in my head a little bit. Um, so it was really weird. It's like, it was really weird. It's like I went and I watched this. I watched a movie that I had in my collection. It was a one called Bound to Vengeance. So I said, okay, I feel like I want to check this out because I might want to pick it for my turn. So I watched Bound to Vengeance. Holy shit! Holy cow! Uh, yeah, I could not have picked a better movie. Um, like a 1-2 punch. Watch The Den first and come back with Bound to Vengeance. But then I found Kristy. I thought Haley Bennett had done Kristy. So I went ahead and I started looking for it because that's a movie I had never heard that she had done. I didn't know she had done this movie. I knew nothing about it other than it was her and Ashley Greene. And then I read the synopsis on Wikipedia, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I didn't know she did anything like this. So I went to look for the movie, and there was someone on eBay. They had or Amazon. They had a copy. $4. I'm like DVD, and we're like, it's good shape. And so I'm like, oh hell yeah, buy now, $4. I hit it, and then about 10 days later, it came to a house, and I looked at it, and next thing I know, I see this on it, and I also see that it's also in German, or it's also in German. So I'm like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. I didn't want a German copy. I wanted the American copy. So I emailed the seller back. I said, hey, you know, um, and so he says, hey, no problem, no problem. And it says there's still English there's still English on there. You can still watch it in English. And I'm going, okay, but it's mostly German, right? I mean, it's like a German release. And says, he goes, yes. I said, that's really strange. Just no, it says what's really strange is they never released it in America. It was only released in Europe. It only got a physical release in Europe. It just did not get a release here in America. So I went ahead and I like, okay. So I put it on, and I put the movie on, and I got it. I was. It's cool. It's a kick-ass movie. Um, it's a kick-ass movie. I was really surprised. I didn't know what to expect from it. Went in blind, totally blind. I knew who Ashley Greene was. That was the big name. Lucas Till, I heard of the name. I'm sure if I saw him, I'd know who he was. Some of the movies he's done, but I didn't know who he was when I watched the film. I did know who Ashley Greene was because I had watched her in a movie that I had actually reviewed before called The Apparition, which was a halfway decent horror film that nobody saw, but she was in that movie as well. And here she's playing totally against type, Ashley, and actually, tell you the truth, so was Haley in this movie. Most of the movies that she's been in up to this point, this is also against type, which makes this movie a lot more interesting, at least to me. So I watched the movie, and I watched it. I'm going like, you know what? I know they're not related, but boy, oh boy, is Bound to Vengeance and Kristy, they could be spiritual sequels. They could be one and the same because they have sort of a similar theme to it. It's a badass theme too. So I was like, wow, okay. So I went ahead and we did it. We ended up doing Bound for Vengeance on the ISC Midnight Show, and for some weird reason, um, YouTube likes hitting the page. Likes hitting the page. I have no idea why. It just comes by and it clicks on it like 10, 15 times a day. It's not anybody human watching it. It's just YouTube. I guess they do that for some movies. There's a couple of other movies that I have on my channel that every day they get clicked on, but I go and look to see how much time people watch, and it's like, it's like, it's like enough time to click the like button, or just to click the view button, and then there's nobody there watching it. So at least I don't think so. I don't know how that works. All I know, it says how many people have watched the movie, and it's like over 3,000 times. Okay, great. Well, I can tell you it's not human beings because there's not enough likes. There's no comments. You can tell when your video is being hit by a bot. You can tell. Um, Kristy did not get hit like that. In fact, Kristy did not really get hit at all. I actually reviewed Kristy for I actually reviewed it for my channel. So I put it down below. So if you guys want to see what I thought of Kristy, you guys can go down and check that out after the movie. I dare say this will be one that you'll want to pick up. Um, Very cool, actually. Very cool movie. Very underrated. And if you like the Strangers, if you're into the Strangers vibe, probably the closest movie I could come to, like, what's it about? It would be the Strangers, whereas Bound to Vengeance, the closest I could come to is The Den, because it's just how it is. Now, this movie is being shown on Tubi. It's free, so you guys all can go over there and check that out. I put it in the chat there. I should probably bump that up to the front. I'll pin the message up there. So, and we'll start here in about 15, 17 minutes, 20 minutes after. Hey, Grubby, how are you, sir? How's the Beagle? Yeah, we're gonna be watching Kristy a little bit, about 15 minutes or so. The link is on Tubi. You can watch it for free. So as you know, we've already watched two movies of Haley Bennett's here during watch parties. We did She Is Love, and then we came back and did the whole last month. Yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to this, Grubby. Hopefully, you can stick around. This movie's not that long. I think it's like I want to say it's like 85 minutes, 80 minutes, 85. It's not that long of a movie. But yeah, last month we covered the whole. This month we're doing Kristy. I know for sure we'll be doing a film next month of hers. I just don't know which one it is. Um, I mean, if Tubi is showing the Magnificent Seven or the Equalizer, we might go with that one. No, 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 no interview tonight. We're just doing a watch party. Oh gosh, yeah. But speaking of a friend, so last night my insomnia was kicking my ass, and it's kicking my ass, and I was, going through the phone, it's like, and then came across the headline on people.com that I guess a friend of the show and a friend of mine, um, and she's been very kind and gracious when we talked. So we've had Crystal Lowell on the show a couple of times. And lo and behold, she dropped the bombshell that she has stage 3 breast cancer. Man, stage 3. I can't tell you. She's writing this in her own words. She wrote her story for people. She said that she was getting ready one day and she felt a lump on her breast, and it was noticeable for her. It was a large mass, so she went ahead and went to her doctor. Doctor examined her. Didn't say, told her not, no worries, no worries. So she takes him at his word. She goes home. 2 months later, she notices that it's gotten bigger, it's shifted area, and there's other signs that this is not normal. She goes back to her doctor, and now the doctor's concerned. So they're going to send her over for a blind mammogram. I mean, basically, it's just out. Just we're just going to. And sure enough, they found a mass there, and it turns out to be um, pretty invasive breast cancer. So I got to tell you, and this, I mean, it's a weird platform to do this, but I'm going to. I can't tell you how angry I am. I can't tell you. I was so angry. The lack of concern from the doctor. There's a whole. It just brought back the whole nightmare that we went through. There's when you get diagnosed with a chronic illness like breast cancer or uterine cancer, the clock starts right then. I mean, right then. Like, I want this out of me now. I don't want to wait. It's invasive. It's not supposed to be there. Um, and you're supposed to diagnose it. 2 months she lost. 2 months Crystal lost. So what? Probably from stage 2, which was just the first mass, to stage 3. Stage 3 means that the cancer, the tumor itself, has moved on to a different part of the body. That's bad. Um, But what's and I'm just gonna sound really wrong or twisted or what have you, but when Lorianne was sick, and you heard, you talked about different cancers. When I asked, how, how is her cancer, comparison to breast cancer, and I must ask 7 or 8 doctors that question, and all 7 or 8 of them said that preferably the cancer that you want to have, if you're going to get one, is breast cancer because they have done so much progress to it. There's so many treatments to it. There's so many ways they can get at it. It used to be when a woman had breast cancer, it was a death knell. It was like, oh my God, you're gonna die. Well, all the research, all that billions of dollars into breast cancer has paid off. If we had a fraction of that investment in other cancers, imagine where we'd be at today. But but if you have a breast cancer now, a woman has breast cancer, or a male, males get it too. Your chances are much improved if detected in time. That 2 months that that doctor wasted by not taking a test. I don't understand that. I mean, you think that if you walk up there, a woman shows you a lump on her breast, and the first thing you think of is, I'm gonna do biopsy on that. First thing you think of is the first thing you think of is I'm gonna do a biopsy. No, no, this is just nothing. It'll go away. You're okay. It's not cancer. And let me tell you, that cancer was there when the first she walked in, and so 2 months later, here she is being told that she has a pretty if it's been detected early enough, really good chance. I mean, she still has a great chance. I mean, she's gonna have the best of everything. I mean, um, reading her open letter to us, her fans, her friends, her peers. I mean, she's not going to want for anything. She's going to get the best that she can get. But there's something that she cannot get. There's something that she can't get. She can't get that first 2 months back. And that could be the difference. Just like it was for us. Difference. Didn't do their job. They took gallbladder. We'll just take that out. But you're not gonna do a DNC. You're not okay. It was frustrating. It's frustrating. Hey Cheryl, how are you? Um, so she's gonna be getting the Red Death. I know what that is. That's a that's a heavy duty drug. It's a heavy duty chemical. Uh, I think ours was I think it had a slightly different name to it, but had the basics, basically the same thing. It's a scorched earth policy is what it is. They're going to go ahead and hit her tumor with this and shrink it. The goal is to shrink it and then go in there and cut whatever's out of that. She commented that she'll probably end up having a double mastectomy just to be on the safe side. Our guest earlier this week, Allison Rothwell, was telling me about this. About she has a rare cancer and she's going to take a preventative step, and she's going to basically have a double mastectomy. A lot of women are doing that that are that are more apt to genetically have it. It goes down the family line. A lot of women are actually going like, you know what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut off, we're going to do double mastectomy, and then we'll rebuild, and you can still have a shapely figure. You still feel like a woman, or a man. um but um but that, and it was really neat to see all the support she's getting. and all I can say is say a prayer for her and her family. She has two small children, 9 and 3 years old. Um, I can't tell you how nice she is. She's super nice. Um, I She's definitely one of the top 5 people I've talked to on 8 Questions with. She's just very, very sweet and very, very generous with her time, considering how busy she is. And now she's directing, and she's a fine director, and so she'll be getting ready to go through her journey. Her steps are going, she's starting to go through them now. Um, I was happy to see this. She already got a wig. That's a big thing. That's a hard thing to get, honestly. That is a very hard thing to get. That is not that easy. Um, we had to go like to 3 or 4 different shops before we were able to find one. It's just not that. You would think though, right? It would be not so hard, but it really is. So, but I just wanted to mention that, to let Crystal know that we're thinking about her and wishing her the best. And so, uh, all right. So, in about 5 minutes or so, we'll begin the movie. It's a short movie, so you can join for it on Tubi. I put the links there in the chat, so we can go ahead and watch it. It'll be just me solo today. Lady Valerie is indisposed. Something about a baseball game tonight. I wouldn't know about that since my team season ended this week. But Lady Valerie's Brewers are playing the Cubs for a chance to move on. So I'm sure she is there at the edge of her seat over there in Milwaukee. We will be definitely wishing the Brewers the very best success since the Tigers and Yankees are gone. So, so baseball is over with. Uh, we still got football, but baseball is over with. Um, Yeah, yeah, sure. I'm with you. I'm, I just, I just couldn't get over her doctor and the 2 months that she lost. That's just, I don't, that's why I don't, this is why, when we grow up, we're supposed to, like we're supposed to look up to doctors and we're supposed to look up to policemen and we're supposed to look up to firemen and school teachers. And I guess maybe as you get older, you realize they're just human. But the matter of fact is that when I make a mistake, if I spill my coffee on my desk, or I or I drop Paladin's food bowl, that's a mistake. When I make a mistake, I have to clean it up, right? If I had to go change my tires this week, I had to get 4 tires, so I had to go because the one got flat, so I had to go there and drive that to the car. Because I made a mistake somewhere and ran over something. But when a doctor makes a mistake or a policeman makes a mistake, they could cost lives. They could cost lives. And so, and I know that from experience. That's why I'm talking about it. I know exactly that. It's nothing more frustrating to know that, wow, if you just had done your goddamn job, the person still be here. Uh, you go to school for all that training, and you just simply don't know how to do your job coming out of it, or you're just too lazy to come out of it, or you're too overworked. I don't know what it is, but have that happen to somebody else, not me. All right. So the movie we're watching today is the thriller Kristy, and we will be starting it about right this second. Uh, all right. Um, Now Haley on right now is doing a series. She's doing a series called The Last Frontier. She's going to be in a couple episodes of that. It's a mini series that's being, I think it's on Apple TV. She also has two movies coming out later on. Virginia Woolf's Night and Day is coming out. I thought that might be coming out this fall time, but it doesn't look like it. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to come out. And then she finished doing a science fiction movie in Kentucky called Synthetic. So she's got that coming out. So of course, some of you guys know that some of you guys know that Haley Bennett is my favorite actress right now. I think she's the best working actress. So, Kristy, like I said, it's a thriller, and very much in the vein of like The Strangers. We have a group of deranged people that are up to no good. Oh man, yes, it's not on your man. I don't get that. For the love of heaven, I don't get that. What if I sent you my link? Can you click on my link? Well, take. I'm going to do that. Let me send you the link. What does it say when if I do that? I don't get that. Let me see also if um well, first of all, let me pause this for a second real quick. Let me pause this. I want to make sure. Okay, let me see. Maybe this. Let's see if there's a copy on YouTube. This is a movie. This is a type of movie that someone will probably end up putting on YouTube. So come on. Okay, let's see if. Uh, well, there's the good news is there is a copy, but the bad news is they don't have a. Oh, yes, they do. Let's see. Do they? Oh, they don't have closed captions. Let's see if there's a. We'll see if there's another one. Crap. Oh, wait a minute. What's this one? Hold on, Cheryl. We might have gotten lucky here. Oh, yeah, we did. Okay. So I'm sending you a link on YouTube, and there's closed captioning to it. So let me just do that. Let me go ahead and come back to you and okay. All right, here's a copy of the movie right here, and it does have it does have closed captioning to it, so you can follow it. Oops. All right. There it is. Okay. Ah, let's go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna eliminate two copies here, and then you can go ahead and that last copy right there, Cheryl. You can join us right there. All right. And I'm gonna restart the movie since I'm only a couple minutes into it. So I'm just gonna restart it. All right, and away we go. Oh, okay. All right, so here we go. Yours should be able to go through without commercials. So whenever I get a commercial, I'll stop mine. I'll let people know that I have a commercial, and if you want to stop and wait for me to catch up, then we'll do that. See, it's interesting. It's interesting that it got released by the Weinstein Corporation, but I think someone said it might have gotten a week or two here as far as playing in the theater, but it never got a home release. It never got released on DVD or Blu-ray here in the United States. Even though the movie's in the United States movie and it has American stars, it got the physical release over in Europe. That's I hadn't seen I hadn't I've never heard of that before. So we see the bad guys are up to no good, and every girl that they are, yeah. So you see, they're not nice people. See, they're videotaping her death and uploading it. That's not a very nice thing to do. Oh, your first watch party. Nice. Yeah, I actually thought Steve and Lucas Boy would come by. They pretty much always show up for watch parties. See, this group is all they're doing. They're looking for they're stalking young women, and every woman is called Kristy, even though that's not their name, but that's what they're doing. They're hunting these people down, and they're the Kristy is anybody. That's what the K is for. Actually, there's our girl. Yay! And that's her boyfriend. Yes, exactly. That's what makes it so scary. Is like there's a it's like it's organized online. It's sort of like how the Den was. The Den had the same thing. They were organized online. It's a weird concept. Yeah, that's yeah. Mm. This sort of reminds me too, in a little bit of way. Another movie has a little. It's not. It's way different. Okay, I'm at a commercial. So if you guys want to, let's see. I'm at a commercial, so if you guys want to freeze where you're at, um, the isolation is sort of like the leftovers. The few people left behind. Can't get home. Left the leftovers, and then the black coat's daughter. Okay, we're back. Mhm. I don't know. I think if I had a choice where I could hang out with my pretty girlfriend and then go home for the holidays, I'd probably end up going staying with my girlfriend, especially if she couldn't go home. I wouldn't let her stay home by herself. Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think she pretty much comes across as that in a lot of her movies. I mean, she's always, um, I think she pretty much she always comes across as being athletic in her films. I think the only one that didn't was She Is Love, and that was I think that movie was made after she had her daughter. But I think she looked really lovely in that movie, though. I really liked her look in that and She Is Love. I thought she was, I thought she looked like she looked beautiful. I don't know what school this was filmed in, though. I'm not sure what school it was. But it seems to be a lot bigger. The school seems to be like there'd be a lot more people on campus. You know, like if someone stayed over, for Thanksgiving, you would think there'd be like hundreds of people still there. But she really is. I think she's yeah, she's pretty. But that movie Swallow though, that's what hooked me. That's the one that hooked me on her. That's such a that's such a whew, I get the heebie-jeebies sometimes when I think about that movie. That's a scary movie for to me. That's a terrifying movie. I think it's interesting about Haley Bennett's career is the fact that what I really like about it too is the fact that she does only the projects that she wants to do. She could lead anything, any movie she wanted to, but she takes a lot of small parts and a lot of independent films, uh, so she can spend time with her daughter, and that's extremely admirable. And she very much is in demand. I mean, people want her to do movies, but she just chooses the one that she wants to do. Oh, you're on a commercial. Oh, let me let me stop mine. I am at 1311. I'm at the scary one. Yeah, the scary one is Swallow. That's scary. That's scary to me. Okay, let me know when your YouTube commercial is over with. Now, I've seen Ashley Greene as well. Um, I have not seen her in the films that she is most well known for, which was the Twilight series. I've seen her do some other films. She just got done doing one with Al Pacino called The Ritual, and the one that I remember seeing, I watched with her was a movie called The Apparition, and I really liked that. I felt really bad for her character in that movie. She got played dirty, but it was still a very good horror film. Nobody really ever saw it. Are you back? Okay, I'm at 1311. Well, it looks like her friend that was going to hang out with her is has to leave as well. Mm. Let me see. Let me see right where I'm at. Okay, let me know when you see her. When you see her, tell her friend Nicole goodbye. You'll see her friend is saying goodbye, and then that's where I'm at. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Man, oh that's. So Justine is on her own. That's her character's name is Justine. So Justine is now on her own. Mm. Yeah, her apartment's pretty cute. Her dorm room. Okay, we got an update on the baseball game. The Brewers are winning 2-1. 2-1. That's awesome. Someone's team's got to win. Of all our friends who watch baseball, someone's got to win. The Yankees didn't win. The Tigers didn't win. That they did a great job of making how empty this college is. Oh yeah, turkey pot pie. I should talk a little bit about the director. The director is still active for this movie. Let's see what his name is. I can tell you his name. Ollie Blackburn, and he is still active as we speak today. Um, he has done. Let's see, he has directed. He directed, ironically, a movie called Swallowed back in 1997. Has no relation to The Swallow that Haley did. Uh, but he has done Dangerous Liaisons. He did 4 episodes of that in 2022. That seems to be the last time he's done anything. Um, it always amazes me when I look at directors' filmography, and you see such huge gaps in between, and you wonder why that is. You think that once he's directed, you would just feel, just like an actor. It's like, okay, I'll wrap that up. I'm going to take a couple of weeks off and get right back into the next one. But it doesn't seem to really work that way for directors. So now Justine's gonna be going out and to the local store, and our adventures shall start picking up. That's her. That's her boyfriend's car. Mm. I love how the news segues. It goes from a missing person or a murdered person to talking about shopping. Uh, So before they cast some of the other actresses that were considered to play the part of Justine, um, not a bad list. There are other people that Haley Bennett beat out. Emma Watson and Shailene Woodley were considered to play Justine before Haley got the part. So that's pretty strong. Um, both actresses are really good. But like I said, I think Haley is a better actress. The film was originally titled Satanic uh, when it was playing around at festivals. Um, it was then retitled to Random when it was bought by the distributor. And then they finally went with the right toward the wide release. They changed it one more time to Kristy. Yeah, I don't think satanic. That's a good idea. Satanic. Yet I don't know. That tends to scare off the mainstream. I mean, it's a great title for horror fans. Anything you put up there with the devil's name in it is always going to attract the horror fan, but you're also going to be pushing away a wider group of audience that may not feel comfortable seeing a movie like that. So, and here are our villains right here. Look how different Ashley Green looks, right? I mean, she looks really different. She does not look like she normally does. I mean, she's always like a leading lady type, absolutely drop dead gorgeous. But here, not so much. Good makeup. Not a very stable person. Now, if the clerk had been nice, he would have walked out with her. Mm. Okay, I'm at a commercial myself right now. You know what? It might have been filmed in Canada, but except the stadium, I'm not sure. Okay, I'll let you know when I'm back. Still commercials. Oh, still commercials. It says after its 2013 release date was abandoned, the film premiered directly on the Lifetime channel in 2015. Wow, Lifetime. That's not the first time I've seen that happen. Um, I've actually watched a movie with Michael Keaton called Blindside, and with Michelle Monaghan, and that came out on Lifetime. And that movie is that movie's really a lot of fun. That was a cool movie. Says after airing on the channel, it was released on Netflix. A physical release never occurred outside of Germany, so only Germany gave this a physical release. Now, okay, now we're back. We're back, and we're at 24:40. And yeah, I think if someone tried to do that with me, what they're doing here, I do think I would. I think I'd be taking somebody with me. Uh, I'd be backing up and going forward. And if you were in my way, you're in my way. Justine's a good driver, and we see how fast she thinks on her feet too. That's important. That's the first thing I noticed right away. I'm going like, she's pretty smart young lady. Yeah, I liked her. I liked this character. I liked her a lot. Yes, we're on again. Watch parties are fun, aren't they? They're a lot of fun. I, 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 they're fun when you have a commentary. You got to have like I've seen people where they just watch the movie and don't talk. That's sort of frustrating to someone in the chat because you're just sitting there watching somebody watch a movie, and there's not that's not very much fun. I think I love when they start talking, like when Texas and Juno do their watch parties, or when the Nat does his. Uh, uh, Alucard and Pugwall, when they do their watch alongs and they talk about the movie. So Wayne's gonna check things out. He's not liking it too much that his girl Justine got a little spooked. The only thing that was sort of the only thing I was sort of thinking about this movie was I think in lieu of how many people they had at the university, I think they should have had a few more people because this is a big school, and somehow you just feel like there'd be a lot more security there than just a couple of people, and especially in a yeah, especially in a setting like this. But I was speaking earlier about how Kristy only got a physical release in Germany. There was a movie uh, last year or the year before called Barbarian that was directed by the same guy who made Weapons, Krieger, and he directed. I think his name's Matt Krieger, and Barbarian came out and did really well, but it didn't get a physical release at all. Whereas Christie, at least it got a release out in Germany, but Barbarian, despite it doing so well, it didn't get a physical release. Well, Krieger went ahead and made the huge hit Weapons, and now he's able to sit there and say, "Hey, we're going to get Barbarian out there physically," and I'm sure that's probably what he said. When they wanted him to do the new Resident Evil remake, I'm sure that's probably part of his negotiation was, "I'll do it, but I want Barbarian released physically because people want it. They want to see it." So I think we'll be seeing Barbarian come this Christmas. Imagine how freaked out one would be being by yourself in a large dorm room and every noise would be amplified. That would be That would be spooky, even for a male. That would be a little bit unnerving. Of course, it doesn't help that the electricity was having its problems before all this happened. Uh-oh. Mm. See, they already came inside. That would be that would definitely be unnerving. Mm. Yep. So that's yeah, that's them. And uh-oh. Looks like the door. Hmm? Yep. But notice how she doesn't panic right away. You notice that how she's just looking back. She's not really like scared. She just taken by surprise. But it's just gonna be she's smart, like I love her character, love this character a lot. So there's three of them. That's a wicked looking knife, that's for sure. Hmm. Probably not the best thing to do. See how their faces are all sort of like the not the total clown face look like the strangers, but there's enough there to take you there. That there's three of them. There's and which is three in the strangers. Except they changed the sex a little bit, where they had one girl and two guys. Where in the strangers, it was one guy and two girls. And somehow I just can't see Emma Watson doing this one. I think she would have been totally all wrong for it. And they messed up her car. See all the things that we saw her do earlier in the movie, the running the track, the running the trails, the swimming, all coming into play now. And her school. She's a good student too. So she's very smart and she's very resourceful, which is pretty damn cool considering, that's it's good to see. A lot of times a final girl gets through basically on her wits or by luck. Here, she's not gonna depend on that. She's gonna make her own luck. Hey Eric, how are you, sir? Let me drop the link to you and time frame if you wanna watch the rest of the film with us. We are Here's the link to the movie, and we are at we're at the 42-minute mark. 42 minute. If you want to join us. Hmm. The other thing too is the fact that uh, she knows that the building better. That's the out of the perimeter guy. See, he depended too much on see, the best thing they could have done is just stayed there. Mm, 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 mm. I think she's guessing. Yeah. Mm. I think she realizes that she's sort of trapped. You know, this is not a good place for her to be in. I didn't know if there's four. I thought there was three, so I guess there's four. Okay. See, I wouldn't have went out there by yourself. I would have took your dog with you. Too foggy. You needed something against your back, so you can't see anybody come from behind. Mm. Oh. Now that's impressive. It's impressive they hold off Titus because he's a Rottweiler. That would be yeah. See, he should have never went outside. Oops. Yeah, he didn't play that too smart. He- yeah. Okay, I'm at commercial at 4909. Yeah, that was an interesting chat. That was interesting. I wasn't expecting anything like that on that level. But you do know, Eric, that we're going to be talking about that shark tooth match. I was interested about that. That was interesting. I wonder what that's like. I know. I'm banned. I'm banned again. Yep. See, they don't know what they don't know. What she doesn't know is that what they don't. What she doesn't know is that they're hackers. So they're able to track her down through the phone. They're not entirely dim-witted either. They're but they're overconfident. Is what they are. See, they're gonna find. They're gonna. That's she's gonna realize what they did. Uh, whoops. See, they hacked into her line. Hmm. This movie is very physical too. If you notice that, it's a pretty much it's once it starts going, it goes all the way through. I mean, it's really there's not much let up. That makes a good thriller. I'm actually trying to think of a movie like this where, well, Bound to Vengeance. That's probably the other movie I can think of where a final girl takes it to the other side as hard as Justine does. Most of the time, the final girl holds off the big bad villain, the Jason or the Freddy, but can't get rid, can't close the book on it. Hmm. Yep. Yeah, she's too high. Hey, Paladin. Come here, Cheetah. That cheetah. What are you doing, Cheetah? What are you doing? What are you doing, good boy? Hi, good boy. Mm-mm-mm. Uh-oh, that's her boyfriend. That should be a single that now it's gonna be at least an even playing field with those two against those killers. No, see, should have listened to her. Mm-hmm. Yep. You done messed up now, boys and girls. Whoa. Yeah. Well, that's one. Yeah, that would not want to be. I would not want to die like that. That and he's probably not even dead, but he'll wish to God he was. Yeah, there they go. One of their numbers down, and she grabbed the backpack. Mhm. Okay. Mm, settling down, just taking a deep breath. Oh yeah, but it's sort of parodic, I guess. In one sense, it's like unfortunately she saw see her boyfriend die, and that's a horrible thing. And even if she manages to get out of this, but the cost was still too high. But she has an idea. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Cheryl. But thanks for hanging out with us, though. That was fun. And we'll try to do it again in 2 weeks with the Little Mermaid. Some of the other fun trivia here. There is. Oh yeah, well, we'll have to see that. Can't tell you that one. Let's see. They said this movie is taken after a connection in a movie called Meet Us that the killer is dressed up with aluminum foil. Um, See all that time where she was in the water, it's gonna pay. It's gonna pay off. This is ingenious. I like this a lot. Yep. Now this is yep. She stuck him good, but she can hold her breath a lot longer than he can his. There he goes. That's two. Yep. He ain't coming back up. Now we got one more to go. Okay. We're at a commercial, and all right. I think we'll probably get this. Probably be our last commercial before the end of the movie. So on the 25th, we'll be back here, and we'll be watching The Little Mermaid with Mike Markoff and Lydia Helen. And November, we're gonna come on. We're gonna be here every Saturday in November. I don't have the lineup quite yet, but it will include one of the Haley movies. But after that, be willing to take suggestions. If it's on Tubi. Oh yeah, that's right. There is four. I think about that time, if I saw two of my people already dead, you think you cut your losses and try to get out of there. I will say this about the killers. I'm so glad they didn't do clown mask for this. Or I'm so tired of that. That's a tired gimmick. Clown mask or animal heads or some shit like that with antlers and stuff. I thought the tinfoil actually was pretty interesting. See, now they're on the disadvantage because now she knows that dorm room way better than they do. So the advantage that they had in surprise and terror, now it's gone. Now it's back to her. Now she knows the layout of the place a lot better. So now they're on the defensive. Bringing them in closer and closer. Hmm. Got the eye of the tiger, doesn't she? Hmm. Oh, yeah, boy. Wow. I probably definitely would have taken it out and given one more shot. She's just watching him die. See you later. Not going to be anybody she knows. Yep. See you later. Hmm. Now she's seen what they really all are about and what they've done. Sort of hmm smart girl. Yeah, she borrowed somebody's mask. Hmm. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. They're all dead. All three of them. Oh man, this torched her out right there. And I love the look in her face. The look in her face is like, that worked. It's not like I just killed somebody. It's like that actually worked. Now it's just all about screw you. Yep, he's done. He's swimming with the fishes, and the other guy's got a headache. Badass as hell. Hmm. The hunt is over. They lost. You're next. Hmm. Yep, Justine died. We still got a little bit left to go. Still got a little bit left to go. Now you might have noticed that in the credits here, Ollie Blackburn, he's the director. But and Anthony Jawinski wrote it. But you're gonna notice a name in here that we've seen before, and that is I'll show you when it pops up. Scott Derrickson. Now Scott Derrickson has done a lot of he's done a lot of he did the Doctor Strange movie. He's turned out to be a tremendous director all on his own right. Of course, he also was the maker of the Black Phone, director of the Black Phone. So he has a good pedigree, and this is one of his movies that he did. And of course, this is one of Haley's movies, and this is one of her first movies that she did as well. She initially started her career off with music and lyrics back in 2000, I think 2007. I could be wrong about that. And of course, Ashley Greene. Of course, the Weinstein Company released it, and of course, anything. A lot of people feel tainted by anything that they touch, but I definitely would sit there and say I don't think this is the movie exactly that the Weinstein brothers would be jumping up and down about, considering that it's about a strong woman and and her getting her taking her life in her hands. Now, there's been other movies like this, but I really enjoyed this one. All right, that is going to be it for Kristy. Those who stayed with us, thank you for doing so, and we will be back here on Wednesday talking to Jacqueline Posey. Let me get the name right. Jacqueline Posey Hilton will be here on Wednesday at 8 o'clock, and then we'll be talking to Marilyn Adams on the 16th at 8 o'clock. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.